Ah, the humble shotgun. I love this weapon. It's pretty great. In every video game I have ever played, the shotgun has always been my personal favorite. In fact, I would marry it if I could. Tragically, it's against the law to marry firearms. When will we finally be free to marry who we truly love? Fortunately, it isn't against the law to try and beat The Last of Us shotgun only. For now. So with my bizarre and slightly concerning intro out of the way, let's go over the ground rules I followed during this run. The main rule is, and stop me if you guessed it, to only use my shotgun during this run. If I am forced or required in some way to use another weapon, that will count as a big fat failure.
You suck.
But of course, cutscene kills do not count. I'm not that much of a masochist. But if I run into any trouble, I am always allowed to beat the enemies to death with my fists or any other blunt weapons I stumble upon in my travels. I will also be playing the game on hard mode for this challenge so I can actually get some ammo, especially since I'm playing on the old, decrepit grandma version of the game, because I am not paying $70 to play the same game twice. Cry about it all you want, I am a cheapskate. So now that we have the ground rules established, let us, as they say, hop into it. And who knows, maybe this time I'll actually beat a challenge I attempt.
You are going to fail. Again.
But actually, before that, one quick side note because this video is sponsored. That's right, I'm back with another tone-deaf product placement. Don't skip the ad! I am so disappointed in you. Guess what, everybody? I just published a book. That's right, I made another one. And it's partly why I've been gone for a while, but don't worry about that. It's called Umbrella Girl, and it is the second children's picture book that I have ever made. It's about an adventurous little girl who loves to play in the rain and explore the forest. I must say, I am especially proud of this book because this is actually inspired on a character that I have been drawing since I was in 3rd grade. I'm just so happy that this book is finally done. This is actually my 4th book that I've ever written, and my 3rd book that I've ever had actually published. What happened to the 4th one? We don't talk about that. That right there was 300 pages of pure cringe I made when I was 16 years old, and it will never see the light of day. But I'm so pleased that this book did. So if you or someone you know is looking for a super cute picture book with some amazing drawings in it, might I add, then you should check out my book, Umbrella Girl. It would make a super cute present for kids. So if you have children or younger siblings, or you just want to buy the book to help support me and my channel, then I can guarantee you that you are in for a good read. And I promise you that is not a biased opinion at all. Not for me. When have I ever been biased? Never! Thank you all so much for watching my little ad. If you are interested in buying my book, it's available on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description to that as well. So now that you're done watching yet another ad that is probably not hitting the target age demographic I'm looking for this book, let's get back to the video. Unless, of course, you skipped the ad, in which case, shame on you. I'm watching you, Jerry. Anyway, let's just go back to the video now. So you're probably already thinking, if you played this game before, Alex, you don't get your shotgun until you hit Billstown. That's a while away from now. And you'd be right. I could play on New Game Plus, but the way the old version of this game functions, you don't actually get to choose your difficulty. You just get settled with any difficulty lower than what you played before. So I'm kind of in a jam here. Then I also deleted all my save data, so I couldn't do it if I wanted to. Wow, maybe I should get the new version. Regardless, since I am a woman of my word, we're going fists only till we hit Bill. In the face for hogging my shotgun. Flash back a bit, and our tale begins with Joel waking up feeling a great sense of loss and despair for not having his shotgun, when Tess arrives to give our boy his new mission of the game, go after Robert.
I don't know who that is, and I don't care to find out.
Since I've got nothing better to do today, the two of us embark on our epic quest, which immediately goes wrong. Well, we tried.
Please disperse! Nothing to see here, please!
After that, Tess and I snuck our way through town, and I kindly refused to shoot a man in the face. Sorry, dude. If I had my shotgun, maybe. And then I snuck through the infected in the building because I just really don't feel like dying today. After that, we made our way to the market, and our first human encounter of the game, which I just sucker punched my way through.
Nicely done, Texas.
I've broken every single bone in my hand.
I decided to sneak my way through the other encounters while I made my way over to Robert. Since I don't have my gun yet, there really isn't all that much to talk about just yet. So after a lot of creeping around like a goblin,
I am very, very sneaky.
we finally ran into Robert.
We just want to talk, Robert.
Actually, I'm planning to threaten you.
Then I chased him down, beat him senseless, and stumbled into Marlene, who was there to give me my new mission of the game, smuggling some mysterious cargo.
I need something smuggled out of the city.
Ooh, what could it be? So I strangled all the Fedra guys by the pier like a champ, and now we meet our cargo for this smuggling mission, Ellie.
Why are you a child?
So Joel had some strange nightmares.
I hate bad dreams.
And then Ellie, Tess, and I made our grand escape, right into more Fedra soldiers.
Hello.
Since Joel is a shy introvert and really wasn't ready to be interacting with this many people today, he decided to do the only sensible thing and kill them immediately, which led to us making our second grand escape right into the sewers, where we belong, frankly. I ended up sneaking by all the enemies in this area as well. It's just kind of my go-to move at the moment.
Tess, What the hell are we doing here?
Why aren't we at Bill's town yet? So I crept past some clickers and proved why I really suck at stealth because I failed this section twice. I don't know why, I've always been really bad at this infected fight. But on my third attempt, I locked down the infected's patterns, but geez if it wasn't annoying. And then I stealthed my way out of the rest of the building like a champ. Don't worry, Ellie, I'm a pro. This is perfectly safe.
No one's in any danger. How can I make that any more clear to you?
So after going for a casual stroll through town, I once again had to sneak around the clickers at the museum, run past the rest of the dummies upstairs, and now we're only several miles away from the Capitol building. Progress?
Can't deny that view.
Ellie, it is gonna take us 7 days to get there.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, it didn't take us 7 days to get there, but it really was tedious. This better be worth it.
No. No, no, no.
Alright, I wanna go home.
I'm not going anywhere.
Since Tess decided to throw a temper tantrum and refused to move from where she was standing, even to her own detriment, Ellie and I were forced to leave her behind. Your principles are weird, Tess, but I respect the dedication. I was able to creep and crawl my way through the first encounter, but I did get spotted in the second one just a little bit. But you know how Joel is. Rain or shine, nothing's gonna slow him down. Except for that one time. And then I bravely sprinted into the train station while screaming like a little girl, took out the last of the losers all sneaky style, and then rejected Ellie's attempts to bond with me.
In fact, we just keep our histories to ourselves.
Look, Ellie, I'm just not emotionally ready to move into that stage of our relationship. If I want to know your favorite color, I'll ask. And at long last, we have finally reached Bill's town. Thank goodness. Shotgun, please. Sadly, I do not get my shotgun yet because first I have to sneak around all the infected in town.
I am very, very sneaky.
Well, sneak is a relative term when it comes to me. So yeah, unfortunately, since Ellie doesn't seem to understand the concept of cutting a rope with a knife, we sadly had to reach the first failure of the challenge. Gosh darn it, Ellie! After Bill did what Ellie couldn't and saved my life, I clobbered my way through the rest of the infected and then insisted that Bill give me my shotgun because I was getting real sick of fist fighting everybody. Bill naturally refused to give me my gun unless I proved myself worthy. The test? Fist fight a bunch of clickers. That seems like a really bad idea, Bill, but whatever gets me my gun. Then, just to make me suffer even a little bit longer, Bill made me listen to a very boring story while he dangled my shotgun right in front of me.
But let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. Partner. Somebody I had to look after. And in this world, that sort of shit's good for one thing. Getting you killed. So you know what I did? I wisened the fuck up. And I realized it's gotta be just me.
Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care!
But now, I finally have my gun. Thank goodness. Now all I need is ammo. Oh right, I'm playing The Last of Us. Since I wanted to save my ammo for the bloater fight at the school, I decided to sneak and creep my way through town. Of course, the game soft-locked me in the infected area and wouldn't let me leave until I killed everyone. What a waste of a shiv. But outside of that, it was going pretty well until I hit outside the school, which for the life of me, I have no idea how to stealth through. Well, that's not totally true. I was doing pretty well till they swarmed me. I was able to sneak my way through half of the school fight, but I ended up losing my patience and just sucker punched them all to death. I only have 6 bullets in my shotgun. I am not wasting them here. And now we have reached the bloater fight.
Shh. Look at that thing. Nature is amazing.
I was able to snag an extra shotgun bullet off of one of the runners, but surprise, surprise, I was not able to kill the thing with only my shotgun. I ended up using 3 Molotovs on the thing after shooting it with 7 bullets, and that's what brought it down. Curse you, remastered edition! After that nightmare was over, we all went over to Frank's place. He was just hanging out.
That shit is so disrespectful! So disrespectful!
Since my dark humor did not land well with Bill, Ellie and I decided that it was probably time to hit the road. And what better way to go out after disrespecting our lovely host than by stealing his car. The car pushing section was easy as pie. I did get a little hurt, but I was able to punch all the dudes and dudettes to death with little issue. Gosh darn it, I am not using my ammo yet. And now that we have stolen Bill's shotgun, car, random assorted items, and dignity, we stranded the old man on the outskirts of his town and bid him adieu.
You just got played, dum-dum.
Alright, it's road trip time.
This make you all nostalgic?
It's an amazing instrument, the banjo.
Yeah, I didn't realize it could be this loud.
Since Joel hates the banjo, he naturally crashed the car into a gas station and took his aggression out on the locals. The gas station fight was super easy too. I just waited for all the enemies to pile into my area and then I just strangled them to death. I did shoot the last run of guys and realized very quickly that my shotgun in this game is way weaker than in part 2. It took like 4 shots to take them down.
All right, I think that's the last of them.
After I concluded that mild massacre, or as I like to call it, relaxation time, Ellie and I went outside to look at a pile of corpses. Oh my goodness, look away, Ellie. Who would ever desecrate the human body like this? Not me, that's for sure. I stealthed my way around the guys at the gate because I do not have ammo to spare. I admittedly did die a few times at the library, but I was eventually able to stealth my way through there without too much issue. You know, outside of all the times I died, of course.
You get people desperate enough, they'll do just about anything.
Please, if I don't get more shotgun ammo soon, Joel, I'll do just about anything. I need ammo to fuel my bloodlust. Fortunately, I didn't have to wait long since I walked right into another combat section at the hotel. I'm not gonna pretend that I was the sneakiest in this section, but I did do a pretty good job killing everybody. Well, almost everybody. That dude glitched out and was just kind of chilling for the whole fight, and gosh darn it, I couldn't bring myself to kill him. He wasn't doing anything. Live long and prosper, my soft-locked friend. I'm not using soft-lock correctly, but it gets the point across. After I was done with those fools, I decided to go downstairs to play with the infected boys, in what is my least favorite part of the entire game. It's not as bad as the Tommy Sniper section in part 2, but it's definitely not pleasant for me. I somehow managed to run around the bloater like 3 times while I was making my grand escape, and I didn't die. I have literally no idea how I managed to pull that off, and I genuinely cannot believe it worked. And since I was on fire today, I stealth attacked the last of the goons at the hotel. I was pretty annoyed though, because the guy clearly had a shotgun with tons of ammo in it, and I didn't get a single droplet of ammo. When am I gonna get more shotgun ammo? This is getting ridiculous. And then after the very irritating day I've had, just to add insult to injury, I almost drowned to death in a puddle. It got to the point where even Ellie had to save me. Joel just cannot win today.
We gotta get going.
Walk it off, bud.
So after I taught Ellie how to use a rifle, she proceeded to actually be kind of helpful. All the while, I wasted what little was left of my shotgun ammo in a panic move. And I already know that I am never going to see any more ammo again for the rest of the game. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. After that whole debacle, I decided to give Ellie all of my other guns because all I need in this world is my sweet, sweet shotgun. You know, the one with no ammo. With all of my weapons in the hands of a literal child, Ellie and I continued on our way, dodging and weaving around the big scary truck. The first fight went pretty good. I even managed to snag 3 more bullets from my shotgun, so things are looking up.
You don't believe that.
The truck is nothing compared to me. I'm invincible! The second fight was easy enough. I tried to sneak through it, but when I got swarmed, I decided to just cut my losses and book it out of there. Good luck out there, Ellie. I believe in you. And now Ellie and Joel have the pleasure of meeting our new trusty companions, Henry and Sam. You can already feel the love. So Henry immediately humiliates his little brother in front of everyone for the crime of picking up a toy.
You must eradicate from your essence childish folly.
And then I brutalized the enemies outside, but I really wish I had more shotgun ammo. Oh, thanks.
Me? 14. How old are you?
The same?
Oh, you're 14, huh?
I'm close.
All right.
I am.
Man, this kid cannot catch a break with his brother around. At this point, why don't you just pants him? So Henry sits Joel down and the two discuss the plan.
There's an abandoned military radio station just outside the city. Any survivors from our group, they're supposed to meet us there tomorrow. You and your girl, you want to join us? It goes down tonight.
A horrible decision, really.
And because I'm impatient and waiting to use my ammo in the sewer section, I just lured all the enemies over to me and took them out one by one. They really aren't the brightest fellows, are they? So Henry and Sam abandoned me. Best buddy, no! Is this because I punched you in the face? That's just how I show affection. Just ask Ellie. I ended up reloading the last encounter so I could avoid the spinning camera of death that my jank copy of this game has a habit of doing every time I enter this section, and it turns out that actually works. It was almost weird being able to play this section normally. Thank you to all of the people who commented on my other Last of Us videos letting me know that I could do that. Very helpful, you guys are cool. So I booked it away from the truck and Ellie and I cannonballed our way into the water.
No time to argue.
Ellie! Damn it! Geronimo!
Best buddy, you're back! How could you leave me like that? I feel like a lot of emotions right now. Is this what caring feels like? Gross. Speaking of gross, off to the sewer we go. After some meandering around in the disgusting sewer water, we fought some infected and immediately got separated. So much for teamwork, I guess. Bye, best buddy. I ended up using 2 bullets on a clicker during the stalker fight, and I just beat the rest of the infected senseless using my good old-fashioned man strength. Can all the plus 50-year-olds give me a what? But now, we're reunited and it feels so good. Good to see you, best buddy. Best buddy! And so, I blew through literally all of my ammo during the last infected fight. Frankly, I just couldn't be bothered to deal with all those clickers. I didn't even get a brick or anything. The shotgun was the only way. Goodbye, my sweet, sweet ammo. Well, now now that we have escaped from the mandatory sewer section that every video game is required to have, we strolled our way through town and landed right into the sniper fight, which of course I must take on alone. There are 4 of us, one of whom is a muscular, spry 20-something. But sure, let's send in the old frail man to deal with it, all by himself. Since I had no ammo, I opted to just run right through the sniper section and right into another failure of the game. Hello, sniper section. There's always one of these in these games.
This means war!
But now that I'm done failing my challenge again, the 4 of us escape and live happily ever after. Except for Sam, who's being abnormally moody. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Sam?
Everything chill?
Shit, he's turning!
Okay, so it might have been something to worry about, but it's okay, we still have Henry. Best buddy!
How could you do this to me?
Well, time to go to Jackson. There's plenty of people we can get killed there, like Tommy. Actually, if we did kill Tommy, it would save us a lot of headaches in the future. Well, mostly just for me specifically. Come on, Joel, Cain-enable Tommy. Do it for your old pal Alex. But since Joel just can't bring himself to ruthlessly murder his brother for no reason, instead he makes me help him take out a bunch of bandits that raid the place. What am I? Your maid, Tommy? Deal with your problems yourself. Since I still don't have any shotgun ammo and may never get any more ever again, considering how long it's been since the last time I got a bullet, I was forced to fist fight my way through the raiders. Just one man with his fist versus 30 dudes with guns. Seems fair. Considering that none of this conflict had anything to do with me, I was being quite the little hero throughout this whole tussle, even though I did end up going through all of my health in the process. Rookie move! However, since Ellie thinks that she's the hero of this story, she decided to go run off to find her own bandits to slaughter. Ellie, no, that's the plot of the second game, get back here! I ended up wasting the 2 extra bullets I picked up at the factory in a bit of a panic move. As quickly as I got them, I lost them. Just give me ammo, game. Alright, now that Joel has a fresh coat of blood on his hands, it's the perfect time to go talk to a teenage girl about her feelings.
Running off like that, putting yourself at risk, it's pretty goddamn stupid.
Get off my back, old man!
The father-daughter bonding time was unfortunately cut short by Tommy and the Backstreet Boys. With no ammo to speak of, I just stealthed my way through the housing counter, while the game screamed at me, begging me to choose a different weapon, but I won't do it! Regardless, that was a whole lot more teen angst than I ever wanted to deal with for one day. Now that Ellie has been grounded until she's 45, I decided to do the responsible thing that any parent would do, and ship her off to boarding school. Why deal with my problems myself when I can pay someone else to feed them? Since my destiny is to remain ammo-less until the end of time, I ended up just sneaking around the infected at the college. See guys, I can be sneaky when I want to be. Sometimes.
Okay, let's get that light shining back in here.
Bonding break.
I had Sarah when I was pretty young.
Broken hearts, unwanted pregnancies, deadly diseases. Some of the consequences young people face by becoming sexually active.
After Joel finished telling Ellie about how he was a total man whore when he was a teenager, we found the fireflies. Wait a minute, those aren't the fireflies, those look like monkeys. The monkeys did not take kindly to my accusations, however, and sent in a fleet of thugs to teach me a lesson. Since I still don't have any ammo, I was once again forced to beat, punch, and kick my way through all these dummies. But I was able to pick up 1 bullet on my way out. Gee, thanks. And just as I was almost home free, I got bamboozled right at the finish line. Damn you, monkeys!
I say.
And of course, I am forced to fail my challenge yet again when the 2 ding-dongs come busting through the doors. Sure, Joel is bleeding out on the floor, but that does not mean he can't spite me one last time for good measure. So Joel goes into the light. Goodbye, Joel. Honestly, getting taken out while single-handedly fighting off a dozen well-armed randos is a pretty metal way to kick the bucket. I approve. It's better than the other way they did it.
You wish.
Alright, it's Ellie's game now. And what better way to start off than by making me fail my challenge again. Thank you very much, Ellie. Since I don't get my shotgun for this section, there really isn't all that much to talk about. I basically just knifed to death all the infected in the area. However, I was forced to fail my challenge again when I'm escaping from the clickers and when I hit the bloater fight.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck are you doing in my house?
I know, but there was nothing I could do. It's not like I could knife him to death. I would just get insta-killed. Anyway, now that that's all said and done, Ellie runs away from the creepy forest pedo, and I basically just knife-only'd my way through the rest of the cannibals. Oh, Joel, I miss you. More importantly, I miss your shotgun. Oh, thanks, game. Now, if only I had my upgraded shotgun. If I had that, then maybe I wouldn't be getting kidnapped right now.
You have heart. You're loyal. And you're special.
Oh. Do not diddle, kids. It's no good diddling, kids.
Well, it looks like Joel is back, and his hatred for pedos overwrites death itself. This is why Joel's a real one, guys. I tried to save my one and only bullet for later, but I ended up losing my patience while waiting for the dummies to come out of hiding, so it's gone now. Oh well. Since I'm on kind of a killing spree at the moment, I decided to head into town to keep on keeping on. The Ellie section through town was simple enough. I just stealthed my way through the area and ran around Mr. Creepy Pants like there was no tomorrow. Don't worry, Ellie. Joel's on the way.
I just want to talk to him.
The town fight was a breeze. I was able to stealth through most of it. Kind of. I did get a little noticed, okay? I will admit it, I'll admit it. I even was able to pick up 4 more bullets for my troubles. Better than nothing. After I got to go meet some cool guys in town, puns, we found Ellie. So, how was summer camp? Flash forward a bit, Ellie and I waddled our way through Utah, thinned out the wild giraffe population, and made our way right into the last infected section of the game. Stealth is key for moments like this.
Couldn't hear anything.
So I lost 2 more bullets on a clicker. My ammo! And after yet another close call in the tunnel, because Joel just cannot get enough of almost drowning in this game, we finally found the fireflies. I feel the love. And now we have at last reached the hospital.
We have finally arrived at the end of your pathetic attempt.
After Marlene tells me that they want to chop Ellie up like a tuna roll, I instantly knew what I must do.
One way to do it.
Man, I really need glasses. I can hardly make out any of this. I ended up getting trapped during the first encounter and I literally could not push forward or backwards. It was a bit of a conundrum. So I just let myself get killed and then I proceeded to waste all of my ammo and almost die again. But thankfully, Joel and his meaty fists got me out of that conundrum. I also feel compelled to show you how I got out of the first area because it was so stupid. My copy of this game is just a disaster, but we love you anyway, game. Right, guys?
How about no?
I did die a few times on the last fight because I am not very good at the hospital section, but I was able to bust out of there with 2 bullets to spare. I'm coming for you, Jerry. And with my father instincts kicked back in at full throttle, I rushed into that operating room and double tapped Jerry for good measure.
I am a surgeon.
You're a bad father, Jerry. A bad father. Not like me. I'm great. And with that, we could not beat The Last of Us shotgun only. Ah well, it was a fun challenge nonetheless. I do love my shotgun. And if you love shotguns too, then good for you, I guess. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.